let's talk about weight loss plateau and what it means and why does it happen.
Plateau, right? When you are suddenly losing weight and suddenly you just don't and you hit a plateau. Now there are so many reasons for this, and a lot of times it could just be biology. It could just be that you need to run some blood work and make sure that your biology is working with you, not against you. And of course, there's so many things that so much blood work you can run. But the three main things that I've noticed with clients is number one, thyroid. Get an entire complete thyroid panel done. Number two, I would say definitely prolactin. A lot of women these days have issues with prolactin. And I think fasting insulin as well. So if you've done these three and you are all okay, like your levels are all fine, then it could probably be that you need a change in macros. So that's the second way of dealing with it. The first one is blood work. Second is do you do your macros. So I've seen a lot of people with keto as well. They'll drop a lot and then suddenly they're just stuck, and nothing moves. I'm not trying to promote keto. I'm not saying keto is good, but a change in macros can help as well.
Okay, and so just who's watching, define macros, like what do you mean?
Okay, so macronutrients are the bigger chunk of nutrients. There are only 3 macronutrients. Actually, in my opinion, it should be 4, but there are just 3. It's carbs, protein, and fats. Any dietitian or any diet that you pick up or any dietitian you go to, all she's doing is manipulating these 3 macros. Any that has less than 10 to 15% of any of these macronutrients becomes a fat diet.
Right.
It becomes a diet that may not work for you in the long run for various reasons. But as far as weight loss plateau goes, I would also like to say that sometimes maintaining a food diary can help, because many times we feel like we are following it and we give ourselves more credit than we need, but actually when you spin it down, you realize there are a lot of things you're doing off, So I'd say a food diary.
Okay, and tell me the immediate. So I feel like weight loss is very, it's like reaction and action, right? It's always very like, oh, there's a problem, and you go into trying to be very symptomatic, right? Oh my God, I put on too much weight, or I've eaten too much too much during Diwali, and then you're like going from like a 1500, 1200 calorie diet to suddenly saying, okay, from tomorrow I'm going to shun this, and you go to an extreme level, right? So is that what happens, and what are the extremes one should avoid?
Great, that's a great question, right? Because all of us, no matter how much we say that I'm balanced with my eating and all of that, and I'm going to, I include myself here as well, when I've gone all out, there's this need to just get back on track fast.
Yeah.
And want to do it fast. Like we all have this mentality, chalo, intermittent fasting, let's do. That's the easiest way to punish yourself or compensate. I've done this in the past a lot. So you want to intermittent fast and do these things, right? Now I believe that it's nicer and it's more sustainable when you retrack in a slightly more sensible way. In fact, we have a retrack plan now that's coming up from the 22nd of November, and I've been talking a lot about it on my Instagram as well. But retracking would mean that you don't skip a big macronutrient. At least that's one takeaway I would definitely tell you, that it's important to keep a nice balance. Yes, you can do small things like start having more protein and fat for breakfast, remove your carbs for dinner, basic things like that. But let's not jump to a fad where you're starving yourself or you're giving up on a big macronutrient, because come on, we know so many people now who got great results in terms of weight loss with keto, but they have hair fall. Great results in terms of weight loss with intermittent fasting, but they're all struggling either with scanty periods or missing periods or, dysregulated sleep cycles. So we now know that anything extreme is no good.
Right. And there's so much, so much chatter on calorie deficit. And I know you spoke about it in the chat reel as well that you did. What's the magic number for sticking to a calorie goal and really feeding in your calories every single day? Does it really, food diary every single day and then evaluating calories, does it really help?
So here's the thing, right? I feel when you talk about macros, understand the relationship you're developing with your khana. You're suddenly taking it down. And again, I've done macros as well. And if you're in that zone then and it's working for you, go for it. But because I've already done it, I've seen so many clients do it, I've understood that it's about the quality of life you want to live. If you want a easy food freedom, great relationship with your food and yourself type of a life, then honestly macros don't work. And a calorie deficit, stop treating your body like a machine, Naya. It's so much easier. Like we were talking about in the morning, or you were like talking about the cake, and I'm like, yeah, it's taken me a while to get here, but I will eat and feel okay, and that's healthy. There were times I cake and not feel good, and I used to be. If you see some of my old Instagram pictures, like I was really, fit and all that, but my mind always on khana. So what is that quality of, and how is that healthy, right? So I think food goes beyond calories and macros. But again, if anyone who's doing that right now and it's working for you, please do it.
I believe that you should eat to support your lifestyle, like on the busiest of days, and sometimes when we're, batch creating content, and you know how the drill is, right? When you just shoot, or you're crazy back-to-back meetings, that's the day when I actually pack my dabbas myself, because I know what a day I'm going to have, and I've planned my meals ahead, because I know that if I don't do that, then I'm going to be so hangry, right? Like I'm going to just scream and shout at everyone. Really, thank you so much. We've been planning this for a really long time, but I'm glad that this has just happened.
But thanks a lot for this chat, man. I really had fun.